moving on to the Player of the Season award. So this is obviously, there's lots of contenders. We've had some pretty poor performances, but we've had some players that have really stepped up and performed outstandingly. So just for you, Alex, who would you say would be your nomination or your Player of the Year? Because it's quite a hard award because there's so many to choose from this season.
I'm gonna kind of go completely off book here, and I'm gonna give it to James Justin, because I don't think nobody expected him to play the way he played off the bench when Ricardo got injured. You know, no one, like, how do you replace Ricardo? You know, and he comes on, and I think he surprised everyone. And he maintained not only to play that position, but show that he could play multiple positions during his time that he took over on the first team. So I'm going to give it to James Justin on this one.
Yes, that's a really, really good one for Player of the Year, actually, as well. It's not one that we've got on the three, but I'll hand over to you, and there's going to be quite a few players this season for Player of the Year. Who would be yours? You can't say Morales because he doesn't play for us.
Yet. Big word. No, I'm going to say Ricardo Pereira, because the influence he has on that right-hand side in terms of attacking and defending is completely unmatched. There's no right back in the league that sort of gets close to his overall contribution that he has for us. And when he got injured, as well as James Justin did, we lost a lot going forward. And I don't mean that in a negative way to James Justin. It's just the level that Ricardo Pereira is. I'd say he's sort of top 3 right backs in the world. So for me, his impact on the team, just the way that his performances and stuff can be so influential. Yes, he might not get the 15 assists Trent gets, but he's as important to us as Trent is to Liverpool.
I'd agree. That's one of the players that we've got down now, as well as one of the players of the year. And also, I agree that the amount of players that we've had that have had decency, that have come out of the team, and that's probably been one of our biggest holes, because, as you were saying, the defensive work that he does, but also the ability to dribble, to get on the inside, to put in a shot, has been fantastic for us. Just over to you, James. Is there anybody else that you'd recommend, or that you'd think would you'd say for Player of the Year today?
Jamie Vardy. Every single year we have this conversation. Is this going to be his last year? Is this the year when he's going to start to fade away? No, this was the year where he got better and better and better. 100 Premier League goals, Golden Boot. Considering what we've been through as a club this year, since January we didn't really turn up. Well, even since after the Norwich game in December, we've just not turned up. So for me, that's phenomenal. So for me, Vardy gets it hands down.
So that's another one that there's been quite a few players that, if you take them out of the team, how well would the team perform? Would they win games? Would they draw games? And I think another player, just kind of to backtrack of what you were saying, obviously Jamie Vardy's in there for us, and Ndidi. So we've seen massively when Ndidi's been dropped from the team, or when we tried to rush him back from injury and he got injured, and our win percentages changed massively. The way that he gets the ball from that CDM position and then distributes it, he's just looking stronger and stronger each match. And at times where teams like Tottenham and Man United can overload us, you've got a player there that go, relax, I've got this, I can sweep it up. Maybe his passing can be a bit improved, but I think he's another player that overall that is in our top 3. I think another player that obviously James Maddison could deserve a few shout outs as well for how he performed this year, and the impact when he's been removed from the team, how impactful he was. Johnny Evans has been another one I think has been a bit underrated on how he's performed, and obviously he's probably been a big he's probably been a big reason why our defensive solidity has been so good. B, why Soyuncu has come on leaps and bounds as well. So there would be my nominations as well. But for the 3 that I have, I think I'm just going to check Twitter now, because this is one that we've just put out last. So we're doing this as live as possible. So we're looking at it. So we've got 45 votes for this one. And we have got Ndidi with 11.1%, Pereira with 42.2%, and Jamie Vardy with 46.7%. So I'd agree there, our Player of the Year, just because of things we mentioned through this, with the 100 goals, with the Golden Boot, I'd give it to Jamie Vardy as well.